This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, thank you to everybody who's been sending me these couple of clips here with Anthony Joshua over in America. And I'll give you guys a quick shout out. Mr. Mobbin is one. The Brizzy Boxing is another. And Yok Pushkin and Ed the Sock. There's two different videos there, and I'll put them in the description box for you all. There might well be more. If there is more, please let me know about it. And of course, if anybody else has been sending me these links, again, I do apologize if I haven't seen them. So anyway, Anthony Joshua is over there in America with Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith, and they're having a chat on the show called First Take. And as I said, I'll put them in the description box for you guys to go have a look. And right off the bat, before we get into it, Max Kellerman, I don't know what it is. I've noticed that over like the last few years, whenever he talks, he seems to roll his eyes and do like these, I don't know, speak over people and things like that, very, very loud. And he just seems very, very condescending. I don't know whether he's doing it on purpose, whether he's an absolute knob, or that's just the way he is. I don't know what it is, but either way, it does wind me up a little bit. But regardless, Anthony Joshua's on that show. And of course, inevitably, they're asking him about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And undisputed, why is it that people think that it's you that don't want to fight, but Wilder does? Because Wilder keeps telling people how you're scared and you're ducking and all this kind of thing. Words to that effect. And it's very, very simple, as he says. I want Wilder. What more can I do? What more can I say? In other words, what he's saying is, I've sent this man contracts. $15 million was the latest one before he ended up signing up to fight Tyson Fury. Did he make $15 million to take on Tyson Fury? Did he? Hell. Okay, no he didn't. So I'm the one who's been reaching out. I'm the one who's been belt collecting. I'm the one who's been doing all this in 22 fights. Where Wilder, in the 40s now, hasn't even done he's done quarter of what it is that Joshua's done, with a very, very poor resume. Fake it till you make it is what Deontay Wilder's logo should be. Now, again, he was asked about Tyson Fury. What about Tyson Fury? And his answer is quite simple. Well, Tyson Fury doesn't have a belt, so therefore I'm not interested in Tyson Fury. I want Wilder. I've got 4 belts. When I got into boxing, nobody told me about lineal. In other words, lineal is a fantasy title. It's a fan's belt, if you like, because there is no physical belt. And the lineal that is right now isn't true lineal. You can't trace it right the way back without doing a whole load of messing about. You just can't trace it back because Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko, but Vladimir Klitschko, who did he beat to get it? You know, and because Lennox Lewis retired, that means to become lineal again, you need to be undisputed. Undisputed hasn't happened since Lennox Lewis. Anyway, all that aside, but he did say, if people want me to fight because Tyson Fury is lineal, let's do it. I'm willing to do it. Let's do it. But my priority is the physical belt, which is what Wilder has. Now, we all know that Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was gifted a draw. He had home cooking, no doubt about it. Severe home cooking. He's now a paper champion. He's not a real champion. Tyson Fury should be the champion. But now we're in like this vicious triangle. So if Joshua fights Wilder and Joshua beats Wilder to become undisputed, there's going to be a bunch of fans saying, but you're not really undisputed because you haven't beaten Tyson Fury yet. Because he's lineal. But yeah, if he fought Tyson Fury, even though Tyson Fury should be the WBC champion, people will still say, well, he can't be undisputed because Deontay Wilder's got a belt. It's a vicious triangle. Okay? So he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Now, again, something that you guys really, really need to get your head around on this one. Okay? I've said it before, and a lot of the Wilder fans, the Wildettes, as I call them, just either don't want to accept it or just don't listen or they have no common sense. Okay? Listen to this point. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury agreed a rematch. They signed for a rematch before they fought. What they didn't bank on was a draw. So, get your head around this one. Joshua booked Wembley Stadium, April 13th, for Deontay Wilder. for undisputed. Okay? So if Deontay Wilder really wants undisputed, why did he sign a rematch with Tyson Fury, no matter if Wilder won or lost? Listen, if he'd have lost, fair enough. But had he have won, why would you give Tyson Fury, who doesn't have a title, a rematch? Why? Because he's avoiding Anthony Joshua. You need to understand that point. He cannot rematch Tyson Fury and fight Anthony Joshua April 13th. It's impossible. That shows even just that little bit there. He's avoided Anthony Joshua. So anyway, he says that he's got four main belts and Deontay Wilder has the other one, which he needs to become undisputed. So I do have to disagree with Joshua with one point in this one, because he's including the IBO title. You don't need IBO to become undisputed, much like you don't need lineal to be undisputed, and you don't need Ring Magazine or anything else. You just need WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, those 4 belts. The IBO is not included, so it's not 4 belts against one. Physically it is, if you put any kind of emphasis on the IBO, but people don't. So it is 3 belts versus 1 in reality for undisputed. Deontay Wilder has that belt, so he wants Deontay Wilder. He's been calling out Wilder for a long, long time. He's the one who approached Team Wilder. He's the one who's been putting in real offers, really sending contracts. All Wilder had to do is put his name on there. Mom Squad. And he would have got the fight with Joshua just gone. Either the last weekend of October or 1st of November. So you're talking like a two-week difference. Didn't exactly know the date when the contract was sent because they hadn't booked the stadium, but they knew that it was going to be available around that kind of time. Then people say, but it should have been Wembley Stadium. First of all, it doesn't matter. What difference? I mean, if you are there over in America, why do you care if Wilder versus Joshua is at Wembley or it's at the Principality Stadium? You're talking a 10,000 difference. Okay? Wilder was getting the same kind of money no matter where he fought. Okay? But they couldn't have Wembley because Showtime didn't want pay-per-view at the only time that Wembley was available, September 22nd. Hence why he ended up fighting Povetkin on it. Because that fight was not pay-per-view in America. But Showtime wanted it to be pay-per-view, so they had to do it end of October or early November. Hence where the Principality Stadium comes into it. Again, people still won't understand that bit. Even though I've explained it 100 times and the Wilder channels just keep going on about Wembley like it's even that important. Ultimately, Wilder lost his pen in his mangina. He just didn't sign. He had $15 million offer, $15 million guaranteed. And he didn't take it. This fight for undisputed could have been and should have been done and dusted right now. We should be sat here knowing who is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. But Wilder didn't want to do it, even though it was never about money. It was all about legacy, as Wilder says. But then he runs around saying, I want 60-40 in my favour. But I might just give him 50-50 if I'm feeling generous. These are the kind of things that this man says. So Josh was making it very, very clear. I want Wilder. Give me Wilder. If people really, really want Tyson Fury and Wilder doesn't want it, no problem. But I want Wilder. I have done belt collecting. I've collected the IBO, if you want to include that, the IBF, the WBA, super version by the way, and the WBO. But yet Wilder's been champion longer. Wilder's been fighting for 10 years. Well, actually it's 11 years now. And it's never unified. But yet he could have fought Charles Martin for unification, who's part of the PBC. Same as Wilder. Didn't do it. He could have fought Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko managed by Shelley Finkel and Deontay Wilder managed by Shelley Finkel. They're the same damn manager. Very, very easy to make. Didn't want to do it. Joshua has to do all the hard work. So Wilder comes in the back door. Fake it till you make it. That is exactly what it is with Wilder. So Joshua's right. What more can I do? I'm offering him contracts. Should I give him 60-40 in his favour just to give him the fight, even though he hasn't damn well earned it? He had a draw off a guy that it should never have happened. Should never have happened. Tyson Fury was out the ring for 2.5, 3 years, put cocaine up his nose, copious amounts of alcohol, binge eating down takeaway food, not even stepping foot in a ring, got suspended from by UCAD, from the British Boxing Board of Control, had mental health issues, all this kind of thing, come back for 2 taxi drivers. In fact, they weren't even taxi drivers, they were ice cream drivers. And then gets in there with Wilder and does that to Wilder. That shows you how inept Wilder actually is. This shows you why he doesn't want Joshua. Not only that, he signed a 2-way rematch with Tyson Fury. As I said, they didn't bank on the draw. So even if Tyson Fury had have lost to Deontay Wilder, he would have got a rematch anyway. That's how much Wilder does not want Joshua. He saw Tyson Fury as easy work. Anyway, there's so much more we could say on this one, but either way, Anthony Joshua is saying, I want Wilder. What more can I possibly do? I want Wilder. Give me undisputed. All I ask is, because I'm the A side, you come to Wembley. Wilder has never travelled as champion, and Joshua is the A side in this one. He should travel, but Wilder don't want to travel. He gets stage fright, is what he does. Because he knows he's going to get any kind of home cooking. Joshua may get home cooking, but guess what? This fight is not going a distance. Joshua is going to smack his jaw straight off his face. The Deontay Wilder that we've been seeing against Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury, in fact, even before then, against Arthur Spilker, Johan Duapa, Eric Molina, the first fight with Bermane Stiverne, Joshua is going to walk through him. And Wilder knows it. Wilder's team knows it. And what's more interesting is that a lot of his fans know it too. They just want to keep dragging this one on so they can keep on talking about it in videos, keep on getting subs, keep on spreading the hate and the racism that they do. Joshua wants to fight. Wilder don't. For those of you who think that Joshua don't, you need to start waking up. You really, really do. You really do. Listen, I'm cool with a Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder rematch. I'm cool with it. But the winner must face Joshua. If Joshua fights Wilder, the winner must fight Tyson Fury. If Joshua fights Tyson Fury, the winner must fight Deontay Wilder. Simple as that. That is my opinion. You drop me yours, click the thumbs up, all that kind of good stuff. Drop yourself a comment, subscribe. Catch you all on the very next video.